In the second quarter of 2026, the world's central banks bought 289 tons of gold. It was a record, and the entire time they were buying, the price was falling. Gold dropped 16% that quarter. Ordinary investors sold. Central banks bought more. That is the whole story, and it is worth understanding why. Because when the most conservative institutions on earth start buying an asset and stop caring what it costs, they are not making an investment. They are buying insurance. Over the last 4 years, central banks have bought an average of 1,000 tons of gold a year. In the decade before that, the average was around 500. They have doubled their appetite, and they have kept buying through record highs and sharp corrections alike. Gold reached an all-time high of $5,589 an ounce in January 2026. It has been volatile ever since. None of that volatility has slowed the buying down. To understand why, you have to go back to February 2022. When Russia invaded Ukraine, Western governments froze roughly $300 billion of Russian foreign exchange reserves. Not seized, not spent, frozen. Switched off, and every central banker on the planet watched it happen. Here is the thing about foreign exchange reserves. When a country holds dollars, it does not actually hold dollars. It holds a claim on the American financial system. Treasury bonds, deposits, entries in somebody else's ledger. Those assets exist because another government agrees that they exist. That agreement had always been treated as close enough to unconditional. In 2022, it stopped being unconditional. It became a policy decision that could be reversed in an afternoon. Gold is the only major reserve asset that is nobody's liability. A bar sitting in your own vault is not a promise from a foreign treasury. It cannot be switched off. It does not require anybody's permission. It is inert, heavy, and entirely yours. That is not a sophisticated investment thesis. It is the oldest one there is. The scale of the shift is now visible in the official numbers. According to the European Central Bank, by the end of 2025, gold made up 27% of global official reserves. US Treasuries made up 22%. The euro, 15%. Gold has overtaken US Treasuries as the world's largest reserve asset for the first time since 1996. Some of that is simple arithmetic. Gold rose around 60% in 2025. So the same bars are worth more. But a large part of it is deliberate. Poland and China led the buying through 2026. The BRICS group now holds 17.4% of global gold reserves, up from 11.2% in 2019. And the surveys point the same direction. 74% of reserve managers expect to reduce their dollar holdings over the next 5 years. 45% plan to increase gold within 12 months, up from 29% just 2 years ago. Central banks are not predicting that the dollar will collapse. Most of them own enormous quantities of dollars and would be ruined if it did. They are doing something more careful and more telling. They are quietly buying the one asset that still works if the system they built stops working.